Secwepemc. My name is Kenthen Thomas, and today I'm going to be doing a quick little story for you. You see, I'm right here underneath the sacred mountains of Kenthen, which is Mount Ida here in Salmon Arm, British Columbia. And I'm a storyteller. I'm a knowledge sharer, knowledge keeper here with the Secwepemc in the Secwepemc Nation out in Salmon Arm, British Columbia, Canada. And if you look behind me right there, you see the sacred mountains. But I'm going to try and keep moving around a little bit so I can keep my face in the light here. So today, I'm just going to share a quick little story with you. You see, a long time ago, the one we call Senghokolo, the one we call Coyote, the trickster. Oh, he was running out and about, and he was minding his own business and doing what coyote does. When all of a sudden he heard off in the distance, another coyote. He heard a woo, 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 and he looked around. What is that? When all of a sudden out of the bush jumped a coyote. And he jumped out too, and he looked at him, and it looked at him, and it looked at him, and they looked at each other up and down. And boy, oh boy, they eyed each other up and down, all over and all around. And finally they asked each other, "Who are you?" And that coyote asked him, "Who are you?" And either one of them, they're not one to back down from an introduction. So they said, I'm Coyote. And they just about got into a fight. But then my coyote, the one I first started talking about, the very first one, Senghokolo, all of a sudden he remembered, I barely like my name. So he said, I know a little mountain like Kenthen, the one behind me, the sacred mountain. And he said, all these humans live in this little town of Salmon Arm, British Columbia. And all these humans, they like to do two things, a few things actually. They like to give everything names. They like to put them in their proper order, and they like to, and to compartmentalize them, make sure that they know what they're dealing with. So that coyote said, why don't we walk across this clearing above the town of Salmon Arm? And when all of those humans hear our voices, they'll come running out. They'll compartmentalize us. They'll give us a name. And whatever name they give us, we'll have to live with. And that coyote, that second coyote said, that sounds wonderful. And he said, since you're my guest, you go first. So that coyote walked across the clearing up in Kenthen, way up there. And when he walked across that clearing, he made a racket. He went, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And all those humans ran over there. They looked up there and they gave him the name Coyote. That's a coyote. That's a Senghokolo. And the second one, he got so excited. He started thinking to himself, wow, wonder what kind of name they're gonna give me. And he got really happy and excited. And he said, bet you they'll give me name Grizzly, rah! Or they'll give me name Eagle, and I can fly high in the sky and I can poop on that other coyote. And he thought of all the possibilities. And when he ran across that clearing and made his racket, all those humans came running out and they looked at him and they said, what is that? I don't know. It looks like a fern bush. It looks like a porcupine. It looks like all these different names, but they wouldn't nail him down because that coyote refused to take on any of these names. Until finally a kia'a, a granny, wise beyond her years, looked up and she said, I know what that is. It's not a bush, it's not a porcupine or a moose, any one of those. And they said, well, what is it, Kia? And she looked at him and she said, he is just another one. And from that day forth, that poor coyote, in fact, all coyotes you see walking around, minding their own business, doing what they do. If they're not the Senghokolo, they're always just another one. Never more to be a coyote, Senghokolo, or a Seclep or a Scalep. Just another one. So that's the moral of the story. Don't be just another one. Be yourself. Cook's Jam. My name is Kenthen Thomas. Thank you guys for sharing a quick little story with me. And I'm looking forward to coming to Germany and meeting every single one of you. Cook's Jam. Thank you.